Okay. So,
Hello, everybody.
Hello.
How are we doing tonight?
Pretty good. So, happy ALS Awareness Month, guys.
Yeah.
And apparently Caribbean American Heritage Month. I learned that today.
Mm-hmm. Every month
that just sounds like a pride identity too.
Yeah.
Nowadays.
Reject corporate rainbow shilling month.
AAIP, Asian American Pacific Islanders, also Heritage Month.
I didn't realize that was in June.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I looked it up on like a list of things. It's like,
I just like that it's AAIP.
oh yeah.
I feel like they should just use the full words instead of an acronym for that
List
one.
of month-long observances. That's... Oh, yeah. Or, wait, no. No, it's not listed in June on Wikipedia.
It might have been May. I might have just blew the joke too early.
Or, well, ALS Awareness Month is also in May, if you're in the US. Apparently, ALS Awareness Month in June is just Canada. Apparently.
Interesting.
Apparently. It's also National Safety Month.
There's a month for everything.
Yeah. I bet there's something special in Japan for June too.
Not that I can see here.
I thought there was like a special festival or something.
We might just be thinking of school festivals.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
Since that's just a common theme in anime.
Yeah.
And also, like,
Golden Week you're thinking of, that's April and May.
And also,
I know when Golden Week is.
County fairs tend to be in summer.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously June is a summer month, despite most of it being spring, but, whatever.
No, depending on where you are, May could even be a summer month with how hot it gets.
No, it's not officially summer, it's...
Oh, I know, I'm just saying with the temperature.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I'm kind of anal about that.
Okay.
I have reason to be, because, like, the equinoxes and solstices are very pagan things.
That's fair. But speaking of hot, how about that new Pokemon Scarlet and Violet trailer?
Man, I was gonna lead us on with Final Fantasy.
I had to segue us to somehow. It was either going to be hot trailer or hot professors, so...
Aside from that, I'm also excited for Summer Games Festival because I'm a huge Time Splitters fan and Deep Silver is involved, and they own that franchise now. Give me news, damn it!
So should we go on the trailer first or just talk about the Pokemon first?
Well, I mean, I'm not going to be showing the trailer because it's annoying to set up.
Oh no, I just mean, like, should we talk about the trailer, like, as a whole first, or should we talk about what we think of the Pokemon?
Either one works for me. I'm going to start showing my screen because I'm drawing Mega Arcanine H.
Okay. Unfortunately, I can't look away from Pokemon.
That's fine.
Let's take the Pokemon for after.
Okay.
I have a feeling you're going to go on about Lechonk and what it's based and the name basis of it.
Okay, but actually, like, apparently Lechon is French for something. I forget. Loxon did a video and I've already forgotten it.
Little Pig.
Yeah.
No.
I thought it was. It's some language for Little Pig.
It might be. I'm just thinking, like, I'm pretty sure that Loxon said that it was French for something, and I've already forgotten what it was.
Well, I know it's a Spanish dish. Lechon. Pork with mojo.
I don't know what that is.
It's like a marinade.
Oh, okay. Okay, so far, like, I don't really like any of the normie Pokemon. I like 2 of the starters, and I like the legendaries.
Saving the Pokemon for after trailer discussion.
Yeah.
Yes, so,
I don't know.
So, there's so much to discuss, and yet there was so little shown.
Yeah.
So, since you already mentioned the hot professors. So, to me, Sada looks like she wants to be a VTuber.
Sada looks like she belongs in one of those shows where they depict cavemen with dinosaurs, and it annoys me.
Flintstones.
Well, yeah,
Not-
but
not
that would
just
be
the
like her
Flintstones, but-
VTuber gimmick, you know?
Yeah.
She's the caveman VTuber.
She does have a VTuber vibe. She also has a lot of mom energy,
Yep.
which I'm not going to complain about.
And also, I feel like Turo looks like what pro gamers think they look like.
Yes, like I saw a joke. This is what every PokeTuber. Oh, I got pauses for this. So this is what happens when someone commissions a Pokemon style avatar from
Yep.
an artist.
Yep.
Also,
Absolutely.
yeah, that's exactly what it is. And I'm kind of upset because that's the hairstyle I like to go with, and it's like the professor now has my hairstyle. I don't like this.
Why not?
I don't know. I'm petty. Remember, I went to
Because
go
it's
get a
now it's
shiny.
old.
Yeah.
Now it's an old person thing.
I liked it before it was cool.
Thank you for that input, Dark.
You're welcome.
Hold
Oh.
on. There's a character well, if his beard was less scrunchy, because he looks like Arthur Max in Fallout 4.
I just realized that we kind of just jumped straight into the memes and the Pokemon, and we forgot to address the fact that we didn't have an episode last week.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we forgot about that.
Yeah, whatever. I think everybody understands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's like
Or they don't, but who cares?
I wasn't feeling it, and I wanted the week off, and everyone just kind of like agreed.
And I'll always take a chance to not do anything.
Same.
Uh,
Yeah, we know that, Dark.
oh.
Hey, I admitted it first.
Yeah. But Nemona's name is interesting.
Yeah.
And I've noticed if you look on the Pokemon official site, all the new Pokemon revealed are hers. She has them all on her team. Smoliv, Lechonk, and that Pikachu clone.
Okay, I know that I'm not the only person who thought this, but did anyone else here think that Smoliv was a Budu variant at first?
I did as well.
No.
Yeah.
It has the
It
exact
looks
same
just
silhouette.
like it. Mm-hmm.
And this kind of leads me into something not necessarily about the Pokemon, but just I have a minor theory after seeing a comment from someone on YouTube saying that the two legendaries look like they might be the same species of Pokemon just at different points. And what if there's like something in the veins of regional variants, except before and after speciation?
I'm going to
So,
tell
like,
you, you're
I'm
right
not
on
done.
the money with something.
I'm not done. So something like how if dogs had speciated from wolves, we have both wolves and dogs before and after a point of evolution, even though, yes, I know that's not actually how it worked. I don't care that this is just an example. But, like, I can easily see two Pokemon that aren't variants of each other and are in fact separate species, but having that distinct official evolutionary link. Like, maybe Badu and Smoliv came from a common ancestor, or that one evolved into the other via regional variants, but the variant speciated.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That does sound neat.
Yeah.
Not far off from it.
Mm.
That's pretty on track of what everything I've been seeing in certain circles. That these are basically the same Pokemon, just different time periods. Or come from the same Pokemon, like you said.
Also, when we do start talking about the legendary Pokemon, I have a thing that I've realized that I've already mentioned to everyone, but like I can't get over it.
I gotta say, I'm glad I didn't do a reaction trailer to these things, because I was underwhelmed at first. And I was like, oh my god, they made Digimon.
That's not necessarily a bad thing.
Oh god, no. I thought it like they look great, but I was so underwhelmed at first, but now I am enamored with it, especially Miraidon.
Miraidon.
Miraidon, okay.
It's kind of important, the pronunciation.
Right,
Yeah.
because of the terms.
Yeah.
The prefix, I guess it
Mirai
would be?
means
Mirai means future. Korai means past, and their names basically mean future tooth and
Yeah.
past tooth.
Which is very telling about the big twist of this generation.
Yeah.
And so, can I talk about the thing that I realized about them?
Go right ahead. This is awesome.
Yeah, if you actually say the names out loud, Miraidon and Koraidon, you hear ride on in there,
Yeah.
and they're basically motorcycle dragons. And
Can I add to this now?
yes,
Okay, you know how I've been like a fly on the wall with the Riddler and all that shit?
Yep.
Mhm.
There's 5 forms for each of these dragons.
the fuck?
And you ride on. They are the ride Pokemon.
Interesting.
At least
5
that's
form
what-
seems extraneous.
They're based
Yeah.
off the ride Pokemon, like flying motorcycle. There's a flying one. There will be a water one, and I don't know what the other 2 will be. But I think remember that picture I shared
Yeah.
with all the ride Pokemon, the character riding on all the legendaries.
Yep.
I think that's the clue. I think those are all the rides. Like
I
one
still don't
underwater,
understand why the Riddler didn't choose Latios and Latias, because they are literally
Fox
ride
legendaries.
Pokemon.
Fox legendaries.
So, when you're stretching far enough that you have to find a fan art of N riding Zekrom, then it might just be better to ditch the box legendary gimmick and just pick Latios.
Yeah, but Ku is a weird person.
Yes, but like,
Like that's
I'm
all
just-
I can say. It's like his methods are that of a madman, but it comes together in the end.
I mean, sure, it's just like, if you're going to be using hints about that kind of thing, don't use fan art.
Right.
Yeah.
I think the reason why he did it though was because of the fact that he was referring to the box legends.
Yes, but that doesn't matter.
I think it kind of does when it was about the box legendary Pokemon.
I'm pretty sure that there's a shot in the anime of someone riding a Suicune.
I think it's from the 4th movie.
Yeah, something like that.
Hmm.
My issue is more that he used fan art than any official source.
That's fair.
So I'm curious, did anyone else get really distracted by how huge they made the gut on the fat guy model? Like the generic fat guy model?
The future. The technology is amazing, guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
they made
they
him
went-
really chubby.
Not just chubby, but just like a gut.
I didn't
He
notice.
got older. I love the joke that he is now the main antagonist of the Pokemon series.
What?
Because he's in every
Oh.
game now.
And he's always telling about how technology is, new technology is amazing, so that's
Mhm.
future.
Like,
Can
on
we
the
just-
topic of models, though, I just love how good these models look overall.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They look fucking great.
Yes, they do.
And I showed the trailer to a friend of mine, and she kind of complained about how the ground textures leave a lot to be desired.
Oh, who
But I had to
cares?
bring up the point that most of the time you'll be playing this in handheld mode, so you won't notice that anyway.
I mean, if we want to bitch, I can bitch about the trees all day, but I'm not going to because everything else like blew me away.
And honestly,
Who
at the end of the day,
cares?
at the end of
Here
the
we
day,
go
who,
with the trees again.
who actually cares about far off rendering of textures?
Oh,
Who
this
cares?
wasn't far. It wasn't far off. It was like right next to the player, and I
The
think
only
arborists will
the
care.
only place that I really noticed it in the Scarlet and Violet trailer was this like overhead shot of a landscape, I think it was, and yeah, that's the only place where I actually noticed iffy textures, and it's like, who actually cares?
Right,
Gotta
and this
remember,
is-
this is running on a Switch.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And let's not forget also this is pre-alpha or this is like alpha footage. So
I wouldn't say alpha,
beta.
because again, when they give us these like these shots, especially when there's English text involved, they're already in the localization process.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
It's not.
Hey.
It's the game is basically done at this point.
Hey,
Yeah.
it wouldn't like Pokemon fans and complaining about how stupid things in the environment look are like Sonic fans right now and complaining about reused animation.
Oh, that was Pokemon fans about 3 years ago.
I still complain about reused animation with Pokemon.
I don't. It's
Like
stupid.
my
one
thing
thing-
with complaining about reused animation is, have any of you ever played a From Software game?
But
Dodgeball.
as a counterpoint to just the whole, it should be excusable to have bad graphics because it's on Switch. Not bad graphics, but you know what I mean. Unimpressive graphics, whatever you want to call it, because it's Switch. The problem with that is like Kirby and the Forgotten Land says hi. Dragon Quest XI says hi.
I've
They
not
have The
played
Witcher
either
3
of these
running
games.
on Switch
Oh.
just fine, and it looks amazing.
Yeah.
It's okay. It's not so much that the people are arguing that the Switch can't handle it, as it is the Switch is such a tiny screen that unless you're playing on a television, you're not going to notice it.
That and
Yeah.
we're talking about very different developers here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Like that,
Even
I think
to,
that's
like
the real. God.
Thing is, Game Freak is going through their sort of like early mid 2000s Sonic Team phase where they weren't really that great at 3D yet.
Mm-hmm.
Something. The Switch to 3D, and I don't even know the full meme.
Well, in the end, it's the problem's not the Switch. The problem's Game Freak. But Game Freak is making steps in the right direction.
They're definitely improving. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because Scarlet and Violet, on the whole, look amazing.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, they do.
Yeah.
There is nothing in that trailer that I didn't think looked fantastic.
I got a shiny Skunky.
Nice.
And no, like I was very happy with everything in the trailer.
Another big point to bring up, this is an open world game, so they have to make sacrifices to the rendering distance for certain things.
Yeah.
Like I'm just a little concerned with the open world of if the world is going to be empty or alive. Like, that's something I am honestly a little concerned about, because if you have an empty world, what's the point of open world? It's like if there's nothing to explore or if there is no life, that's not a good thing for an open world game.
Thing is, it's hard to hold that against developers wholesale because most of them struggle with that. Even Bethesda and other developers do.
I'm just hoping they keep like things from Arceus, like the mass outbreaks, for example, because that added a little life to the small open worlds of Arceus.
Another link back to Sinnoh is kind of something they adapted from Sinnoh.
Mm-hmm. Like, yeah,
What?
What?
Another link to Sinnoh is another thing they adapt. What?
Oh, the mass outbreak thing.
What, swarms?
That's not not a Sinnoh thing. That's a Hoenn thing.
Whatever.
Oh,
started in
that.
20 years.
Oh, now I see what you meant by that. Okay.
Dark is talking about Legends.
Man, I wish games weren't so fucking expensive here. Otherwise, I'd buy all the Pokemons.
Yeah.
Ugh, $90. Ugh.
Oh god, that's expensive.
Canada.
$80 plus tax. I fucking hate exchange.
Jeez.
I mean, if you go to Walmart, you can get them for $50.
He's in Canada.
I know. I'm just saying. Like here in America,
Canada dollars are not the same value as American dollars.
So no, he can't get them for $50.
No. That's
So
not
thank
what
you
I'm
for
saying.
saying this thing that doesn't help him at all.
That's what I'm saying, though. I'm comparing the prices between here and there.
But it's also still not the same value.
Because $80 plus tax in Canada is about the same as $50 plus tax here.
Ah.
I think right now it's closer to 58, but
Oh, right, because our Switch games cost 60.
Mm-hmm.
If you just, but
also,
some stores sell them for less or some more.
When you spoke there, you peaked like crazy, and it blew my ears out.
Okay, I thought that was just me. You, that was you.
Sorry, I literally cannot help it.
Like I honestly thought that was just on my end, so I wasn't going to say anything.
Literally cannot help it. I'm just talking at a normal volume, and sometimes the microphone does
fine.
weird things.
You're fine.
Laptop mics aren't great.
I'm
It
actually
might not
using
even
it.
be the microphone. It might be connection.
I'm not using a laptop mic. I'm using an inline mic on my headphones.
Yeah, it could be connection then.
Oh, did anybody else notice that the Wonder Trade had Larvitar and Bagon?
I don't think that was a Wonder Trade.
That was regular trade,
Oh.
but yes.
Well, even then,
Larvitar.
Yeah, Larvitar
Like-
is in the game. And
well,
Bagon
both
is.
Larvitar and Bagon, which is kind of like two pseudo legends just in the game like that.
I mean,
that's not too
yeah,
unusual.
that's not too.
Yeah,
In
like
addition
Scarlet and
to-
Violet had a lot of them. I mean, no,
You mean Sword and Shield?
Sword and Shield, yeah.
Yeah.
And mine's on
I mean, I
Scarlet and
just-
Violet.
I mean, like Sun and Moon, or Ultra Sun and Moon rather, had like fucking wild level 10 Salamence.
Yeah, like in Route 1. That was the craziest.
And fucking early Noibat too.
Mhm.
And that just reminds me that as much as I love early Noibat, it just reminds me how hard Noibat is to use before it evolves.
Oh yeah, it's garbage.
Yeah.
It's such a great Pokemon, but it's garbage.
I experienced something similar with Dreepy in Sword because Giga gave me one before I would have encountered it normally because I fucking love Dreepy.
Mhm.
And yeah, that thing has the lowest BSC of any basic pseudo legendary.
Yeah. There's another thing. Like I'm bringing up the trade. It kind of fits into this being able, like with Larvitar and Bagon so early. I don't know if it was in the trailer, but I know it was on the official site. The second you leave and go into the open world, you can go anywhere you want, and it's not locked away by story.
Yeah,
Everything's open.
that's neat.
Mm-hmm. Like it has that same energy from when Todd Howard said, "See that mountain in Skyrim? You can go climb it."
Yeah.
It's like everything.
Well,
I mean, that's the reason why you can see the Red Mountain and White Gold Tower in the Skyrim landscape.
Mm-hmm. And I think you can see the tower, and there's another tower you can see too from the right angle on the western mountains.
I
I forget its
Oh,
name, but I know which one you
no.
mean.
Dureni?
don't think that you can see Dureni Tower from Skyrim. I think it's
Because
just
that's the only tower I can think of it would be.
yeah, but no, I'm not talking about like which tower it is. I'm talking about whether you can see a tower there because like I'm only aware of the White Gold Tower and Red Mountain.
I'll try to find a video of it real quick.
Also, another thing you can do in Skyrim, you can stand on that mountain vertically on horseback because we're Bethesda Softworks.
What you can also do is you can clip out of that mountain entirely with a horse.
Before you land back on the ground and proceed to witness a mammoth falling from the sky with you.
Don't get too close to the giants; they will send you to the
Wait.
moons.
Dark, are you referring to just the whole thing with mammoth spawning, or are you actually talking about there's a specific spot where you can clip out and there's a mammoth?
The mammoth spawn glitch.
Okay. Man, I remember a few years back I was into like Skyrim roleplay playthroughs, and there was this guy that had this like survival modded playthrough, and out of the corner of his eye or on the edge of the screen, whatever, he sees a mammoth just dropping from the sky, and he just quietly turns away from it, like, okay, let's not ruin the immersion here. Doesn't even
I
acknowledge
got
it.
something on that note. This is from a few months back with me and my friend. Link address.
I just can't seem to find the video I saw a long time ago, but I know for a fact who it was.
And I have not heard of Durrani Tower being visible from Skyrim. Also, I can't watch. What did Lydia do?
Things.
See, that's a really good question.
Oh man, okay. Hang on, I just need to go back on what I just said about not being able to watch videos because I need to show you guys something. Hold on. Aha. YouTube.
Like, about that video, Nate, let me just say that neither me nor my friend know how exactly this happened, even to this day.
Fair.
I fucking love this video. The gods know what you've done.
That, like I didn't remember it when you just said the title, but as soon as it started, I was like, oh, that one.
So yeah, for anyone watching who doesn't know about this video, just go look up on YouTube Skyrim, the gods know what you've done. In fact, like pause the video right now and go look it up because it's that funny.
Yeah, it's only 26 seconds.
Yeah,
you can put us off for 26 seconds.
Yeah,
we don't mind. So, anyway, back to Pokemon.
Oh yeah, we were talking about Pokemon.
Yeah, let's get back to Pokemon.
What about that Gengar? That was interesting. Was that a trainer's Gengar or was it a wild Gengar? Because
I don't know.
A wild Gengar would be interesting.
I'm assuming it's a trainer's, but it could be a wild. I don't really know.
Its attack animation was really good.
Yeah.
What attack do you think that was?
Shadow Ball, maybe?
Yeah, look
Shadow
at
Ball, Nightshade, something like that.
It could be a new attack. It could have been Sludge Bomb, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is really hard to say.
What else was interesting? Oh, and then the interesting flags.
Oh, yeah, those are definitely for gyms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like how the Pokemon centers look like gas stations.
Yeah, I was about to bring
the
that
ones
up.
in the open world? Yes. Like we've seen the ast stations in the cities before. I mean, gas stations in the fucking cities. Gas stations
my
in the
Pokemon gas stations in Pokemon.
We've seen them in the cities in the first trailer, and now we get to see the open world Pokestops. I'm just going to call them Pokestops because
it's technically not an overworld anymore if it is the world.
Yeah.
Point.
I mean, overworld still usually refers to the world outside of, like, menus and battles.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I honestly dig the whole gas station Pokemon Center design.
Yeah.
Is it me or is there like a lot of like mobile like racing vibes almost?
Yeah.
You got the gas stations, the legendaries based off motorcycles or possibly other modes of transportation.
Yeah, and there's these occasional advertisements that you can see in the world, especially in the clip with Nimona, where they're advertising some sort of shoe.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that's like part of the trainer customization, or if that's like the running shoes, or if it's actually just random decoration, or if it's actually important.
Right.
Probably just customization.
Yeah.
There was also probably a Pokemon burrowing under the ground that they very specifically didn't show, which I found interesting.
Yeah, people think it's actually a Diglett form for some reason.
Yeah.
I don't want to say yes or no to that. I don't even know.
Just because it's digging, that's just what ground types do.
Drillbur variant.
It could have been an attack, too.
Drillbur variant.
Ooh, that would be a lot better.
Sandshrew variant.
Good lord.
That's a joke that you guys don't get to know about.
Oh, that's a joke I know.
Yep.
We get to know about, though.
I feel like we've kind of made it obvious there.
No, because that can refer to basically anything.
True.
People watching, there's a Sandshrew living behind your house. Be careful.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's a real-life version called a mole.
Yeah.
Sandshrew's more of a pangolin.
Havoc on your on your yard, might want to
Yep.
do something about it.
Yeah.
And be careful you don't step through their holes, because that's a great way to break your ankle.
Yeah, but also, like, Sandtree is more of a pangolin.
Very true, yeah, 100%.
So there's a real-life drill burr behind your house.
Whack them with a mallet. They're fucking pests.
But don't, actually. That's animal abuse.
Is it, if you're getting rid of a pest? Isn't
Yes.
it just like... Okay.
At least be
Also,
humane about it.
Let's play a game of... Let's play a game of important plot area, or just random set piece that will never get used for anything.
Oh, I hope you're talking about the thing I think you're going to be
That's
talking
probably
about.
part of a gym.
Yes. Oh, no, I think those are ruins. I think those are ruins.
Okay, but, like, it was being shown off in a section that was very clearly showing off gyms.
That's
Good
true.
point, yeah. Like, the gyms we saw were definitely the one with the fire flags, the one with the windmill, and then this was with it as well. So, yeah, it might be a ground type or rock type gym.
Or, like, dragon type.
Oh, yeah, that's a good possibility, too.
Maybe?
Or...
In the desert? Unless the pseudo
like,
dragon.
When I think of, like, towers and stuff, I'd kind of think of dragons.
The environment seemed more ground or rock, though.
True.
Or it could be the
Yeah,
thought of no.
It just kind of made me think of, like, you know, the power plant in Kalos that's, like, hyped up as this important thing. And then
it's just a set piece.
Yeah, and barely
just
even
background.
a set piece with the power plant, you know?
Yeah.
And Pokemon Sword and Shield had a lot of that cool stuff, but it's just background stuff.
Yeah, that's like the only gripe that I really have about the 3DS era, is that there were a lot of really pretty areas that were basically just wallpapers or corridors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Sword and Shield had a lot of that too.
Yeah, but I can forgive it with Sword and Shield because, man, it was a lot prettier.
Oh yeah, a lot prettier, but 2 houses or no houses, just a gym.
And then just very few dungeons because of the wild area.
Right.
I can forgive that part.
That's one thing I hope we get back with Scarlet and Violet is just cave to explore. Like, we got that one glimpse of the... Yeah. We got that one glimpse of the cave with that coal Pokemon walking around it. I hope we get more of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That coal Pokemon you say as if it's a new Pokemon.
I don't remember its name.
Colossal.
Colossal.
Okay.
Yeah, that. I hate it.
You see, I remember Carcoal, but, like, Colossal is just doesn't stick in my mind at all.
They ruined a good theme they had going. They had a little wheel, coal, a train cart. They could have just made a train Pokemon.
Yeah.
But no.
I don't think it was ruined. I like Colossal.
It just doesn't feel like it belongs to Roly-Coly and...
Yeah, they should have kept Roly-Coly's eyes, at the very least.
Mm-hmm.
Because those eyes were cool.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
Similarly, I think that Rookidee and Corvisquire could have benefited from not having their pupils or whatever leaving their eyes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that was a strange choice.
Yeah, it's not necessarily bad, but it was weird.
Yeah, it was weird.
I love Rookidee.
Yeah, Rookidee and that line might be one of the best starter birds in Pokemon right now.
Mm.
Like, I was going to say with that tower in the desert, maybe it's where we see the legendary. I doubt that, because when the legendaries were shown off in the reveal trailer, they were shown basically on the Rock of Gibraltar.
Okay, but that doesn't mean anything, because remember the Generation 6 legendary reveals where Xerneas was in front of a freaking tree.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, that was very beautiful, but...
Okay, so my take on that is that it was trying to hint towards what the legendaries were based on, because, like, Xerneas was in front of a giant tree, and Yveltal was soaring presumably above it.
Mm-hmm.
And I think all that they were missing was showing Zygarde below it.
Right, and then you would have had the whole world
Yeah.
tree.
Yeah, I think that's what they were going for, and it didn't have anything to do with gameplay at all.
You got a damn good point with that one. I would never have thought of that. So if that is the case, and these two Pokemon are shown basically on what would be the Rock of Gibraltar.
What is that?
The rock in between Spain and Africa.
Ah.
It has a lot of like mythology and Greek mythology with like Hercules or Heracles, if you want to go proper Greek.
If you want to go not pop culture.
Oh, Roman. Hercules is Roman.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yes.
Yep.
Was not aware of that. Okay then.
Mm-hmm. And like there's a myth like he moved it, I think, or it's like that's the reason why you're able to get to the Atlantic Ocean because he moved the Rock of Gibraltar.
Yeah.
No,
And also
So
called
maybe
the Pillars of Hercules.
Right.
One thing
And
I'm going
isn't,
to
like,
meme about. One thing I'm going to meme about is that if this region is truly based on Spain, there better be a city just isolated on another landmass.
I would hope so.
That
Honestly,
would be cool.
that would be really cool.
Who else thinks that we're going to get an Italy region within the next couple of gens?
I hope so, just because I'm Italian, so I want that so
because
bad.
Listen, we have France, Great Britain, and Spain.
Germany, hear me out.
Germany is also a good one, but I think that might be a little
Yes.
tricky with modern sociopolitics.
Fuck them.
Also, like, the thing with Germany is once you get out of the Alps, like, the rest of it is just nothing.
Hear me out, though. Wolpertinger and Tasselworm.
Yeah.
Germany has some excellent mythology.
Mm-hmm. And Game Freak's good at doing empty barren wasteland, so we would be fine.
Chocolate Pokemon.
It's not even wasteland. It's just like boring, like plains, and there's a few forests there too.
I mean, that might be enough.
I would enjoy a German region.
Fuck it, I'm making a German fake region.
Okay.
Like,
And
if we're gonna go for if we're gonna go for a Germanic type thing, Scandinavia would be way cooler.
Yes, but I'm just thinking, like, we have most of Western Europe already.
And how about instead of a pure German region, how about we do like Germany and Poland, Austria, like a collection of Central Europe?
I would agree with that, except that's even more tricky.
Let's throw Romania and Latvia. Is Latvia near there?
Actually, the Balkans would be cool. Like
Latvia is
Romania is in the Balkans. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, but I always love the idea of like just instead of being on one location.
Actually, hell, if we're gonna go Balkans, why not just go Greece?
Yeah.
Yes, please. We can do that with Italy. We just combine them, Greece and Italy.
Yeah.
Share them.
As a Canadian, I'm also obligated to say that I'm waiting on my rep. Now that they've done New York.
Greece and Italy, except it's set in the past.
Please, yes. This is my dream game. Like, how far in the past? Are we talking like 1800s, like Legends, or go full past?
I'm thinking full mythology past.
Oh, so you're gonna be catching the Pokemon with just crystals and no Pokeballs?
Yeah. Yeah, basically.
Yes, I'd love that. I would love that.
Okay, hear me out. Legends, except it's its own branch of the main series.
Yes.
So it doesn't have to necessarily be this modern region, but in the past, it's just the Pokemon world in the past.
Mm-hmm.
I would be down for that 100%. I know that's kind of what they're doing with the Legends series. I call it a series because damn well there's going to be another Legends.
But I'm saying, turn Legends into that. Don't just make it prequels to the existing games. Make it into its own separate, not timeline, but its own separate branch of the time frame.
I see what you're saying. So, make a new region set in the Legends world.
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I would 100% agree with that. That would be nice. And then maybe the following generation could be set in the futuristic version of that region.
Yes.
Like, tease it with Legends and then have it be called something else stupid.
Hell, maybe replace the remakes with that.
That's what I kind of hope, because as much as I would love black and white remakes, after the Diamond and Pearl remakes, I don't trust it.
Yeah.
I mean, I also feel like black and white would be weird to do remakes of.
Yeah. Like, I could see black and white 3 at most.
Okay, so
I mean, even then, they'd have to like invent something new for the villain because the Team Plasma arc is kind of over.
Yeah.
I want Gen 5 something, because Gen 5 is the best gen.
Mm-hmm.
And
Gen 5 Legends easily.
Yeah, even if they just followed the formula of BDSP and just remade it in a different engine, it's hard to screw up Gen 5.
Yep.
Oh yeah, because the story's great. The Pokemon were great.
Yes. The music was phenomenal. A Switch remix of Route 10, please.
You'll get your Smash Ultimate remix and you will like it.
The potential going forward with remakes and Legends games is insane.
Like, I wouldn't even mind them just doing the whole Legends game plus remake thing.
Mm-hmm. And like with Masuda stepping down from Game Freak and going to a different part of Pokemon International, I can see him working more with what was the publisher of, or the developer of remakes?
I don't remember.
ICL?
Something like that.
Yeah. I could see Masuda working with them more closely, and because he's not with Game Freak anymore. He stepped down. Which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, I think it's just more of a retirement than anything else. I said as much before. I think that basically they're saying, yeah, we're still going to consult him for things, but he's retiring, you know?
Mm-hmm. I'm going
That's
to miss
what it
his
feels
music.
like to me.
Man, who would have guessed that Masuda would retire before Hideo Kojima? That man will never fucking retire.
Oh God, no. He's a workaholic, and I'm worried for his health.
Why can't I draw a line?
Did I hear correctly that Toby Fox is back with making music for them?
Yes.
Yep.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I liked his theme in Sword and Shield.
Yep.
It's going to be interesting. Like, I know he's teased. I thought they said it was in the trailer. We heard it already. Like he's doing like the battle themes or something.
It's nice seeing what is essentially just an indie dev getting a big role in any AAA company.
I think Sans made this possible.
Yeah.
Especially with Game Freak, because they're kind of xenophobic. Only hiring Japanese people.
That's not true, because James Turner.
Yeah, I know, we have James Turner. That's the only exception.
Yeah, that is not true.
Yeah, I know, James Turner is just the one exception.
I think there's more than that.
I don't know, actually. Like in-house Game Freak employees, I think James
so.
Turner might be the only one.
I'd have to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that...
surprised just how many Japanese developers have tons of Westerners working for them, too.
Yeah.
Well, that's terrifying.
So what you're saying is that there's very small hope for us.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
No, what I'm saying is terrifying is I'm doing a hunt and I'm capturing Stantler and a weird deer appeared just behind me. It's like, oh.
Nothing personnel, kid.
Yeah, that's literally what it felt like. It was just like, oh, yeah, you're touching my kids? That was scary.
Also, as another idea for like a fan region, what about the Caucasus Mountains?
I don't know anything about them.
So
you think Eastern Europe? You think the Balkans are bad for war? Wait until you meet the Caucasus.
Yeah. So countries like Georgia, Armenia, Azerbaijan.
Soviet Union.
Yeah. Russia,
Turkey.
Yeah, Turkey.
Mm.
Yeah, part of
As
Turkey
much
is in the
as-
Caucasus.
I don't know
As-
about you. But I don't see them making a region based on Russia anytime soon.
I know.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I would love it.
Yeah, you
like,
could count
Russia's a-
like you could leave out the Russian parts.
when you're talking about Soviet satellite, it's kind of hard.
Yeah,
It's like too much of Russia is in those countries now.
but also just like poor Russia.
Russia's gone
Yeah.
right now. Like they're dead to the world.
And
It's scary.
I'm not afraid to say it. Poor Russia.
I mean, they
mean-
did get shit on.
Poor Russians. I think
Yeah,
that's
poor
the-
Russians.
Putin
Yeah.
deserves what he got.
Well,
Honestly.
yeah, but Putin isn't all of Russia. So
Let's
Hence
be
poor
clear about one thing.
Russians, not
Putin didn't get
Russia.
anything yet.
he got
Putin
cancer.
just made a laughing stock of himself, and that's really it.
wait, did you say he got canceled or he got cancer?
He got cancer.
Yeah, he
Wow.
has cancer, pancreatic cancer,
No.
like stage 4.
Jeez.
He's going to die.
I guess if
In
you're
a
gonna
few
die anyway,
years.
then might as well go out with a bang.
Don't say that. Russia has nukes.
Oh,
I'd rather the world not turn into Fallout. Thank you.
I have
Listen.
the bottle cap saved.
Listen,
Oh.
if
Yeah.
Putin for some reason watches this podcast, we have bigger problems.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
Out of all the people I expect to watch it, Putin's not one of them.
Yeah.
like look at like the climates of Georgia specifically. I found it the other day and I was like, man, what a pretty
Also,
country.
if they make a region based on Georgia, that means they get to name shit in Georgian and confuse the fuck out of people.
Gvritskivny.
Gesundheit.
No, I would. Speaking of places that will never be Pokemon regions but are gorgeous countries, parts of the Middle East are beautiful.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Afghanistan is a gorgeous once you get out of the desert. Even in the desert, it's
I-
beautiful.
I personally don't like. I don't count Afghanistan as Middle East.
Oh yeah, that's more like
It's kind of Western Asia.
Yeah, for me,
Yeah.
Middle East like ends at Iraq basically. Once you get into Iran, then you get
No,
like
but, like,
Western Asia. To me,
Hear me out. The Levant.
oh yeah,
What about just
that would be cool
fucking
too.
Egypt?
yes, please. Finally, we need an Egyptian region.
Like, why has that not been
If
done
we're
before?
doing it mythologically, we kind of also have to include Sudan in that too.
Okay,
Yeah,
I would.
yeah.
Fine with me.
I'm very okay with African mythology being brought into Pokemon. There is so much beautiful mythology and culture to be brought in.
So,
I mean,
like with an
you can bet
Egyptian
your
thing,
bottom dollar,
obviously
by the
it would
way.
be a very linear thing. Because like it would be cool that the adventure would be going along the river, the Nile, but of course
Mhm.
it wouldn't be the Nile in the Pokemon game.
Yeah.
Now, would it be cooler to go upstream or downstream in the Nile?
I say
Downstream.
go up to the Mediterranean. So that would be
Downstream.
downstream.
By the way, now that we've got the Spain region, you can bet your bottom dollar at some point we're going to get one based on Morocco too. Those two have a lot of history, and Game Freak
Mhm.
would be dumb to not take advantage.
Like, I guarantee we're going to see, like, we're already starting to see Mesoamerican influences on some of the things. I would be sad if there was no slight Middle East or Moroccan, like North African
Mhm.
vibes thrown in too. It'd be a waste almost not to.
I'm convinced I'm probably going to be in like my 80s before I see a region based on where I actually live. So just give me cool shit across
Yeah.
the
Has Game Freak ever visited Canada?
pond.
They haven't. Give them time. If they ever vacation there, that's a good sign.
Because specifically where I live now, the Canadian Maritimes are absolutely fucking gorgeous.
Oh, and you said earlier that Black and White based off New York. It's not just New York; it's the tri-state
It's New York
Lame.
State.
and Pennsylvania, bits of Pennsylvania, and Jersey.
Hmm.
Like, I know if Game Freak does eventually do it, they'll just take the lame way out and base it on lame ass Ontario.
Like, that would be such a waste, though, because there's so much of Canada that's like wilderness.
It'd
That'd
basically
perfect
be
for-
like basing it on New York, but again.
Huh.
Because I was born and raised in Ontario. It's basically the Canadian version of New York.
Just North Unova. Like, they don't even give it a region name, it's just North Unova.
Don't wish that evil upon me, please.
I mean, I feel like the ideal place in Canada to base a region on is BC.
Either that or Quebec.
Uh-huh. I'd agree with that.
Yeah,
Both
but
of
like
them. But Quebec is
BC,
just
you also
Talos
have
again.
cool islands off the coast, like Vancouver and.
Actually, no. Hear me out. Newfoundland.
Why not all of it? Like, just the
Uh,
entire East Coast of Canada.
Oh, okay.
It's a little bit big, I think.
A little bit
I'll
too
just say
big
just
for
the-
that.
Well, they have an entire countries based off of regions. Regions
I
based off
mean,
of
to
countries.
be fair, the 5 of the United Kingdom can fit in Ontario alone.
I mean,
Yeah,
most of Europe
like-
can fit inside Texas, so.
Like, honestly, look at the size of France compared to the size of the US or Canada.
Doesn't France, like, fit in my state?
Yes.
France is small.
So there's no issue with them making entire regions based on the entirety of some European country, because European countries are a lot smaller.
Yeah, it's like, that blows, and the best part is, that blows Europeans' minds. That
Yeah.
we're so big.
That's why I said, though, if they're going to do a region based on Canada, then the Maritimes is probably the best bet if they want to keep it small, because everything is small around here.
Because, like, I've talked to Europeans before, and they are blown away by how much Americans use cars.
Yeah, because that's the only way to actually get from
Yeah.
point A to point B here.
Yeah.
Partly because we have an underfunded public transport system, partly because,
Same.
Partly because we're so spread out.
yeah.
Also, same.
But it's like one of those things. The main reason that the United States public transport system is so underfunded is because it sucks. Then it sucks because it's underfunded.
Yep.
It's the North American way.
Yep.
It's like, nobody wants to take the time, like, maybe if we actually fund it, it'll get better.
That's
Yeah,
stupid.
but politicians are more concerned about other things instead of things that are actually going to benefit the people.
Also,
Yeah.
Nate, but funding public institutions and things for the public good is socialism. We can't do that.
It's a fine line.
Socialism is in popularity right now here.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
I mean, I would argue the fact that funding public transit and healthcare of all things is socialism, but I'm not an American, so...
Oh, yeah, but my point is that, like, socialism is popular here right now.
I wouldn't just say socialism. Borderline communism is popular here.
Yeah, and, like, I've spoken to someone who I think is dating someone that comes from a communist country, or maybe she just knows someone. I don't remember what she said. But, yeah, it sucks about as much as you've heard. So, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Communism is bad. Socialism is the gateway to communism.
Yep.
Yep.
All of that
So,
just condensed into Commie Bad. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. Red Scare 2.0.
Yeah.
So now
Did
that
it
we've
really ever
covered,
end?
yeah.
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah. So now that we've covered the trailer itself,
Back to Pokemon.
Nate off in the corner there. Back on topic, everyone.
yeah,
Politics
Good
for
point.
next week.
It's a good point because, God forbid, I start getting off on politics with the way things have been going lately.
Same.
yeah. Now that we've covered the trailer itself, should we talk about the Pokemon?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love Miraidon.
Mm-hmm.
I love both their designs, honestly.
They are really good design Pokemon. Like, I am very impressed.
This might be the first time that I actually pre-order both games, because I want to I'm going to pre-order Violet digitally and Scarlet via Amazon because I want to guarantee that I'll be able to play on release, but I also want to get the chance to get the game early.
Man,
Right, that's exactly what I'm doing as well.
Pre-ordering games, man. Imagine if I could do that.
Yeah, I'm personally not a huge fan of Miraidon. Just
you don't like Cyber Dragon?
It is absolutely my
to me
aesthetic,
the design looks weirdly incomplete. I don't know how else to describe it.
Maybe that's because it has so many different forms.
Maybe
that can't be the answer to everything, Phoenix.
Yeah, I also just love the crests on Koraidon.
Yeah.
They're great designs.
Both the head crest and the back crest, like, wow, those are pretty.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of sucks too because like purple is one of my favorite colors, but I don't like the purple legend.
Miraidon is absolutely my aesthetic, though.
Yeah, I love the Cyberpunk Dragon. It's just too cool.
It's not.
I love the other one too.
It's not Cyberpunk. It's just Cyber.
Okay, it's still okay. Then I will just call it Cyber Dragon.
Cool.
It's Cyber.
It's a Yu-Gi-Oh now.
Exactly.
It's Yu-Gi-Oh.
Pokemon has turned into both Digimon and Yu-Gi-Oh simultaneously.
Hey, when you can't beat them, join them.
Great, so now we can get Cyber Dragon Infinity in Pokemon.
Oh god. Or Chimera Tech.
Let's hope we start seeing some Magic the Gathering in here soon.
It might already be in there in some ways.
Yeah. So, like, people pointing out that Smoliv it has the same vibe as a lot of the other very feminine grass-type Pokemon.
Anxiety.
Yeah. So it makes me think with, the fact that Olives turned black. Are we gonna have like?
Oh no!
Oh no! I know where you're going with this, Nate. A big titty olive goth GF.
No, I wouldn't mind a big titty olive goth chick as long as they don't make it look like it's in blackface. Then we have another Jinx thing going on.
Jinx isn't blackface.
I know it's not, but you know how people go in America. Yeah. I wouldn't mind an olive waifu. That'd be cool.
That's a quote for out of context.
Yes, it is.
I think that should be the name of the episode.
Oh.
No, the title of my episode, if it has anything to do with this conversation, is probably going to be Big Titty Olive Goth GF.
Yeah.
Thank me later.
Oh, that's a great title.
Hey guys, quick question.
I'm also excited to see LeChunk's evolution or evolutions, whichever.
Guys, quick question. What should Mega Arcanine H's horns be colored? And if you're not watching,
no.
Okay.
Ooh.
We just get some.
Part of me, like Nate. Part of me hopes with LeChonk's evolutions they kind of follow a meme and name the final Evo Mega Chonker.
No, Lechongus. I don't know what to color it. That is
also
kind of a hard
like
one.
What the fuck search results? Like what does that
Okay.
So for context, I was just searching up Hisuian Arcanine because I wanted some reference for what color the horns might or could be. And the search results gave me results for Cognac Brandy.
Nate, my bigger question is why does Google think your region is United Kingdom?
Well, okay. One time, a long time ago, I used a VPN because I wanted to try to watch Doctor Who because I heard it on Netflix, and ever since then, it's looked at UK, and I don't know why.
Also, I believe that Nate doesn't use Google.
Yeah, I'm might stop using DuckDuckGo at some point because of reasons recently. But like,
Ooh,
I
spicy?
don't use Google. Huh?
Spicy reasons?
They're going back on their promises regarding privacy and stuff.
Ah, okay.
Sounds about right.
Fuck big companies. It needs to be like an open source Google. What Pokemon are we talking about again?
Hisuian Arcanine horn color.
But I think
I just pull up the other two Arcanines.
Yeah.
Like, that's a hard one because Hisuian Arcanine doesn't have much color on it.
Yeah, it's just gray, black, and red.
Yeah.
Let me grab the other two Mega Arcanines.
I mean, the safe bet would probably be go with red, go with the body color.
No, that blends too much. Like if you
gray would make it blur.
And if you want to pause your Legends game and just kind of look at the stream or something.
I'm watching.
Okay. So this is Cantonian, and I used a gold accent because, of course. And with Altaran, I just used red, but that's because there was no red on it otherwise.
Are you giving a belly color? It has no belly color.
I might, but there's not a whole lot of room to do it.
Right. What are the stripes colors
going
to
be? Probably black.
So in my search, I found this fan art, I do believe. Yeah, I mean, of course it's fan art, yeah. Why would I say I believe? Blech. But I found this fan art. And this is an interesting idea.
Oh, wow. The best part is I was going to suggest orange.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the idea here is that the horn is so hot that it's glowing.
Molten metal. Yeah, molten stone. Good idea,
so
actually.
That's an idea.
Yeah.
And I was going to say, because Cantonian is yellow and Altaran's red, combine them and go orange. That was my reasoning behind it, but that logic, what Nate said, is a lot better than mine.
But anyway, back to Lechonk, though. What about like a mushroom-themed evolution, since it's probably based on truffle hunting?
Definitely. I can either see it going mushroom or being like a fire type.
Another fire pig, though?
I'm okay with it, though, because it's a roast pig.
You see, that just put me on free association there. Fire type, because Serrano ham, even though Serrano ham has nothing to do with Serrano peppers, but...
I love Lechonk, just saying.
Yeah. I'm not a huge fan.
I needle felt Lechonk all day yesterday.
I saw.
Yep.
I just had to I love it so much.
To be fair, that was kind of me with Lycanroc when it was first revealed. I drew fan art of it immediately.
See, it's like it's like those special Pokemon. Like, that thing's going to be on my team, regardless.
But like I said earlier, I'm not a huge fan of the 3 normie Pokemon that we saw.
I wasn't. I was instantly a fan of Lechonk.
Of course you were.
Smoliv, I hated originally. I was like, oh my god, what is this little creepy little thing?
But honestly, now that you have the idea of...
Oh, no. I grew to like it. It's a little ball of anxiety. I cannot not love it.
But also,
Small groove on me, too.
Hot take, I think I would like Smoliv more if it was a Budew variant.
I kind of agree, because I thought it was a Budew variant the first thing I saw, and I was like, oh, okay, it's an olive Budew. Then I see it on Twitter later, it's Smoliv, and it's like,
Well, I mean, you also have to keep in mind that this is only the second trailer.
Right.
Yeah.
And besides the starters, these are the first 3 Pokemon we're introduced to.
Yeah.
Like, they're not going to reveal a regional variant this soon. This isn't Legend.
Exactly.
I mean, they could always break pattern.
Stop getting your hopes up.
No.
Yeah.
Yes.
Also, is it just me, or does Pawmi look like a Temtem?
Yes, it does. I think that's what was bothering me about it.
It looks like an AI-generated Pokemon.
That too.
It's cute. Don't get me wrong. It's really cute. But it doesn't have a Pokemon feel to it.
Fucking cyan until I figure something out.
To me, it's that it's overly cute. It's trying too hard to be cute.
Now, people keep saying it's a Pikachu clone. What if it's not the Pikachu clone?
It's definitely a Pikachu clone. It's electric type and it has cheek things.
Yeah, and it's a mouse, and
and part of its name is in Japanese.
Oh, okay. I wonder if it'll evolve or if it'll get stuck like all the other Pikachu clones.
I was hoping someone would say that. Because like I joked about it on the public server yesterday. What if they use this as an excuse to reuse Girl G's design?
Yeah, but also, like, people are saying that there's some note in its not dex, but it's like a little excerpt that it's adapted for the cold, and people are thinking electric ice type.
Ooh. I would love it. We don't have an electric ice, do we?
Yeah, we have Arctozolt.
Oh, I fucking forgot about those things.
And technically one of the Rotoms.
Oh, yeah, for a Dratum. I always forget about those things.
I want to forget about those things. Like, I get their inspiration. I understand that it's kind of making fun of the whole Victorian era, fake dinosaur thing.
I fucking love Dracozolt, though.
I don't know how to feel about those things. I would like... I want to see what they really looked like.
Yeah.
On Frankenstein.
I think everyone wants that.
Do you think we're going to get fossils this gen?
Maybe.
Is Spain famous for having a lot of fossils?
I have no idea.
I can look that up really quick.
That's why we didn't have any fossil Pokemon with Hawaii, because there are no fossils there.
Yeah, it's too young for fossils. What fossils have been found? Oh, there's actually a few fairly, not really known isn't the word that I'm looking for, but fairly prominent fossils in Spain, including Baryonyx.
Ooh.
And Struthiosaurus.
So we could.
So it has a lot of potential to be a really good fossil gen then.
Yeah. There's a sauropod. There's something called Aragosaurus.
I can see them having
play the piano.
Oh, it's another sauropod. There's what looks like a large theropod. Baryonyx again. Struthiosaurus is an ankylosaur. Huh.
It has potential for good shit.
Yeah.
There's what looks like an iguanodonid or something. Tomatosaurus.
Oh, hold up. There's a thing called Tomatosaurus.
No, Telmato.
Oh.
Don't worry,
an
I heard
ornithopod.
the same thing. That's why I was checking.
Found in France, Romania, Spain.
Speaking of regions, Romania.
Yeah, it's related to iguanodons.
This gets me excited because the last two gens sucked with fossils. Even though I know you love Arctozolt and all them. And Dracovish was a fucking good Pokemon. I will wholeheartedly say that. I think, yeah, Dracovish. Yeah, that's the one with
go to the bathroom.
Yep.
Okay. Where's the other Oshawott?
In your mind.
I'm missing one. Because the thing that... there it is. And I'm very excited. Have you... One thing I'm upset about, and I was really, really hoping for this trailer to reveal it. The region's name.
I don't
I'm tired of calling it the Spanish region, or the region based on Spain. I want to use its real name.
Just say Scarlet and Violet region. But something else about the fossil things is I'm looking at these dinosaurs, and I mentioned Telmatosaurus, which is an iguanodonid, and then I go to Baryonyx just to take a look at it because I like that dinosaur, and it happens to eat iguanodons. So there's a relationship there.
That'd definitely be a really cool Pokemon to have in there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's some interesting fossil possibilities, but not a lot of fossils.
No. Enough to narrow it down to something interesting.
Yeah. Man, I really liked Baryonyx when I was a kid. What else is there? Or do we just wait for Nate to come back?
I was going to wait for him to come back before I brought up the next subject. You can still keep gushing over fossil Pokemon.
Do know, though, that I was only looking at dinosaurs specifically.
Right.
I am back.
Welcome back.
Alrighty. So, another thing I would love to point out, it was teased it was like the main focus of the trailer. 4-player co-op.
Yeah, I'm
actually setting off on the journey with your friends.
I'm interested to see in what that entails because I doubt that it's just going to be going through the story with your friends.
I think the story is going to be locked. I think it's just going to be like overworld or wild world shit. Wild world. Okay.
Animal Crossing.
Wild world. Huh?
The Animal Crossing now.
Yeah. Oh, hey, I'm okay with that. Pokemon Animal Crossing. Let's go.
Oh, that would be so cool, though.
It would. It's the one crossover I've been waiting for.
Oh my god. Animal Crossing plus Mystery Dungeon.
Oh god.
So a mystery dungeon crawling Animal Crossing.
Yes.
Well,
but Pokemon.
So like Dark Cloud.
Yes.
I still want to do that whole PMD meets Stardew Valley thing.
Oh yeah, I love that idea.
Funny
Pokemon
thing.
Stardew.
Funny thing, that is also basically what Dark Cloud is.
But yeah, just like a not a town management simulator, but like something where you're building up a town gradually throughout the game, and also exploring dungeons. That would
Stardew Valley.
Yeah.
But you don't build up a town in Stardew. A little bit.
No. But very much like Animal Crossing, that you basically start with nothing and
hey guys, how's this?
Build up. Ooh, that looks cool.
I love it. I like the color you chose for the horn. It looks good.
Nice. Okay. I'm just kind of gonna leave this here for the rest of the podcast because I don't feel like shading it right now.
But I feel like there was more revealed on the website than the trailer did.
Yeah.
There's some pictures that reveal some interesting things that I don't think are meant to be revealed. I think. Hold on, I might have to pull up the trailer for this. It's actually in the trailer too, but there's a scene. I forget. It's with one of the male trainer variants, and he's throwing his Pokeball, and across the the water, you can see a tree, and there's bird Pokemon around it. And it's did they accidentally reveal a new Pokemon with that, or is it old bird Pokemon? And it's just so far away you can't tell.
Mm.
That was the trailer. And then I shared the picture here, but if you scroll up, scrolling up. Oh wait, this is text. I'm supposed to be in general. The trainer has an interesting gem on her glove.
Yeah, this is relating to where I pointed out that Nimona had an interesting glove on one of her arms.
Mm-hmm. And I looked closer today at that glove that she had on, and there's like I keep calling it an Apple Watch because that's what it reminds me of. It has like some kind of touchscreen interface. It's definitely something.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing at Dark.
Sometimes Twitter fucking nails it.
I'm gonna copy this. I'm gonna copy this into Psy because everyone deserves to see this for his fucking copy image.
That is so perfect.
Yeah. And it's like the 3 different kinds of crypto investors too.
Yeah,
Basically,
it really is.
I see. So, one type of crypto investor wants to destroy the world. Actually, wait, that does make sense.
Yeah, my viewers can now see funny image.
I got a question for everybody here.
Yeah.
About the professors. What are the odds the professor's actually the villain of the story?
Fairly low. Unless there is a third professor who actually is named after a tree, I would say the odds are fairly low.
Wait, are these people not named after trees? They're evil. I'm calling it. They're not professors.
Yeah. Does Turo just come from Futuro?
Yeah.
For future?
And Sada comes from Posada.
Oh, yeah.
There are plants named after or named close to them, but they're not trees. Sada is another name for a type of flower. I don't remember what it is. Madagascar and periwinkle, I think it is. And Turo sounds like it could come from Datura, which is the genus that nightshades are in. But other than that, there is... Hush. Other than that, there's no real link between them and trees.
That just throws up a red flag right there.
It's a very specific pattern break, and the fact that they're version exclusive gives me Team Aqua and Team Magma vibes.
And especially if the whole theme and storyline of this generation is going to be past versus future.
Yeah, exactly. Like,
they're the villains.
Only if there is a third professor that is named after a tree.
Right.
Because otherwise, if they are the only professors, the most they'll do is that the professor that isn't the professor in that game is going to be the villain.
Right, yeah, that's what I was expecting until this whole they're not actually named after trees bit came up, because that's like breaking me. I didn't know that. I just assumed because Pokemon's been the same for 20-something fucking years.
It's iffy because they can potentially be named after plants. They're just not named after trees.
But none of the professors have been named after plants, but there have been villains named after flowers.
Yes. I mean, there's been everyone named after flowers.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, we got one on screen now, Chairman Rose.
Yeah.
His bitchy sidekick, what's her face?
And Nimona is almost surely, like, the new rival, Nimona, she's almost surely named after anemone.
Yeah.
Not the aquatic animal, but the flower.
Okay.
Anemone, not anemone.
Okay, because I've never heard of this plant. What are the odds that she's the champion?
Low.
Okay.
She seems to be a rival.
Okay. Yeah, good point. She is definitely the rival. This is the first time we've ever had an older rival, isn't it?
It's the first time we've had a solo female rival.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
I mean, she looks to be almost 20. We're like 12. If that.
Yeah. She looks like she's maybe 16 to 18. I wouldn't say 20. But yeah, so my main guesses are either there is a third professor that is named after a tree, and the ones that we were introduced to are evil team leaders, or the professor that is the actual professor in our game is the good guy, and the other one is the bad guy.
This is going to be interesting. I cannot wait to see more. I don't think there's going to be an evil team. I think there's just going to be a villain. I mean, yeah, there's always an evil team because
Even
Oh,
when
it's
they,
gonna be mooks for you to fight.
even when they throw us for a loop, like Team Yell, there's always going to be an evil team in some capacity.
And in Sword and Shield, it was Macrocosmos.
Macrocosmos, but I'm talking about it's macro because it's big. Macro, cosmos, big, space, I guess.
Gigantamax.
Yeah. But what I'm getting at is that there's always going to be an evil team, even if they're a misdirect. Because Team Yell was the evil team. Macrocosmos was just someone doing their job. And then there was Rose.
And
they also did that in Sun and Moon.
Yeah, but Team Skull was a lot more overtly malicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they weren't like abuse your child evil.
True, but neither was like Team Magma.
No. Team Magma was like eco-terrorism.
Yeah. I mean, they weren't abuse your child, but they were abused children. So
yeah.
Poor Gladion and poor Lily.
Yeah. But like
potentially
the more
for
I think about it, like
because it's heavily implied Guzma was abused as a child.
Yeah, but like
at least emotionally.
There is like a little bit of weirdness here because I was going to say Team Rocket and then I remembered Silver.
There's also not Team Abuse Your Adopted Child. Yes, it's me.
Yeah. Do you need water, Dark?
No, I got some next to me.
Okay.
I just realized there is a long list of child abuse in these Pokemon.
It's not a long list, but it is a list.
It exists.
It's more than it should be.
Well, like, okay, so technically, Giovanni didn't abuse his kid; he neglected his kid. It's different, sort of.
He abandoned him. Then he just dips.
I mean,
goes hides in a cave for.
It's different,
years.
sort of.
I mean, I know it's not games, but like in the manga, that was abuse.
That manga is a different canon, though.
Always makes things extremely dark.
Doesn't though. It's
I've
still
never seen Pokemon get cut in half. I'll never forget that.
Like it's still like I think it's even the category of younger than shonen. Like in Japan,
it's
sold
not,
as.
It's not so much dark as it is edgy.
Good
point.
Until Gen 6.
Oh, then it's real dark, actually.
Yeah.
Gen 6 might have been the darkest storyline for all. No, that's not true either.
No, but the manga of Gen 6 was like existentially dark.
Yeah. I will say Gen 6 was probably the darkest main series plotline across all the media, just because it is the first time where we're actually dealing with a Pokemon that embodies death.
Yeah.
And with a ultimate weapon that has killed many, many people in the past.
And a guy that literally can't die, which you would think
terrifying.
You would think that that's not a bad thing until you actually start looking into the implications of it. I present to you season 3 of the show Lucifer.
Everyone around you that you love will die.
Yes.
You will outlive them.
Yes.
As someone who's played through Final Fantasy XIV, this hits hard.
As someone who has, like, absorbed multiple media where this is a thing.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, so just like a little summary of what makes the X and Y manga so dark is that, first of all, one of the main characters, X, he was kind of a child prodigy, but because of that, the media just absolutely hounded on him. And it's like traumatized him so much that he became a total shut-in and didn't leave his room for like I think 6 years it was.
Something like that.
And the other main character, Y, her mother was a Rhyhorn rider, and she was so pressured into continuing the legacy that she decided to become a Sky Trainer because it's the most opposite thing that she could think of to Rhyhorn riding. in the sense that Rhyhorn riding is very much on the ground, so she wanted to be in the sky, get away from it as much as possible.
And then you bring in the stranger danger.
Oh yeah. So like in the first chapter, basically, Vanderbilt Town gets absolutely destroyed by Xerneas and Yveltal fighting.
Damn.
Yeah. So, that's how they start their adventure, and Team Flare is after X because he has a Megastone. But like, Team Flare has hidden themselves everywhere, and they can never be sure if anyone they're talking to is part of Team Flare or not. So that's just this constant theme of anyone could be Team Flare. Can we even trust any adult out here?
So it's Animorphs.
Basically.
I kind of wish the games went that way. That would've been
Okay, so
fucking
the thing that I've said about this kind of thing, they can get away with dark plot lines in their side games and their side media, but the things that make the most money for Pokemon are the main series games and merchandise, which is usually ended up like kids learning about merchandise from watching the anime.
Mhm.
Therefore, the anime is very unlikely to ever get dark, and the main games are also unlikely, just less so, because like you can get away with a lot in a video game.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Which is why we have side spin-off games and the manga that are known to get incredibly dark. I present to you Pokemon Mystery Dungeon 2 Explorers of Sky.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sky was fucking dark. Specifically Sky, because it had the special episodes.
Mm-hmm. There's those implications in base games that lead you to think dark.
Yes, but it's
they
very
never fully go
indirect.
there. Yeah.
It's indirect. It requires you to read between the lines, which most small children can't do.
It's there for the adults.
Yeah.
Like every time there's that ghost encounter in every game that there is, there's always a trail that leads somewhere that has no answer, and it's always extremely dark.
Yeah. There are a lot of things hidden in the main Pokemon games that if you think too hard about them, that's not something that would normally be in a kid's game, but you have to think too hard about it.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
It's not something that a parent is going to look at and say, "Oh God, my kid shouldn't be playing this."
I know. It's like you have to go out of way to even find these things usually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could probably do an entire episode talking about these secret encounters. Well, I call them secret encounters, but...
Well, I'm not talking about just, like, the Hex Maniac Ghost Girl. I'm talking about things like dex entries and implications that would result from the plot line. Like, just Gen 4. I don't like Gen 4 in general, but it had some pretty nasty implications, especially in Platinum.
Yeah.
Top 20 creepiest implications of Pokemon. Number 1.
Oh God.
Number 1, a little kid turned into a Kadabra. Except he didn't, because in Japan that's just talking about an anime.
No, you know what number 1's gonna be if it was actually all this bullshit. Number 1, Electric Soldier, Porygon. You know how that story went, killing kids.
Yeah.
It's a cursed episode. I wonder if that's a
No.
voice.
No,
that is his real voice. That is how he talks.
No, listen. Number 1, Lavender Town Syndrome.
Yeah.
I knew that would get
Yes, there it is. Great creepypasta, but that's about it.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, like, that is just the guy's voice that runs Chills. Like,
that is
and like he's in on the joke, he knows how funny he sounds. You know.
But yeah, going back to what I was memeing about with the Kadabra thing, in Japan, that Dex entry just says that it's a popular show or something, or a book where a kid turned into a Kadabra, and for some reason the English games make it sound like that's a thing that actually happened.
I'm glad. I don't even know if I can say that because I don't know if the translations have gotten any better.
Well, I think with Gen 1 in particular, it was like a space issue. It's easier to say. In fact, I think Nob Ogasawara, or whatever you pronounce his name as, I think he fought for a second Dex page in the localized games because he couldn't fit as much text as he needed to in the single page of the Japanese games.
Which is very understandable. I would love to know more in-depth Pokedex entries.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you want the full Pokedex entry as it is, you have to go play both games.
There is a Japanese-only handbook that came out in Gen 1 that has really in-depth information of that stuff, and we never got it, but...
That's a shame.
Yeah. But it's there's a lot of information in it that became known later on in future game Dex entries or through the anime or something. And, there's a lot of stuff that we've never heard of outside of that book.
That's wild.
Yeah.
Makes you wonder what else we're missing out on.
I think now that Pokemon is a global super franchise, everything kind of doesn't necessarily leave Japan, but we get a lot of the information that would otherwise be Japan only.
Right. So this is going to be random, but Dusk Noir's shiny is very underwhelming.
There are worse.
Oh yeah, there's worse. About going from Dusk Pop's beautiful red to an off shade of midnight of a blue. It's kind of
beautiful. Damn. Red is your mileage may vary. I'm not a huge fan of Dusclops' shiny. I actually prefer Dusknoir's.
Really?
Yeah. But I like blue, so.
I think it's, I don't know, just the red seems to fit it better, I guess. I don't know. It's just me saying I found a second shiny. And I didn't freak out about it. Is there anything else with the trailer?
I ran out of talking points.
Let me scroll up in general and see if there was anything that I wanted to bring up.
I know there is a lot to go over with this game.
Yeah.
With this trailer. Yet it's all so hard, if you don't, indirect looking at it.
There is one thing I wanted to mention. At the end of the trailer, when they're showing off the legendaries, if you pay close attention, you can see Koraidon smirk for some reason, and Miraidon doesn't have any change to its expression. And I'm just wondering...
that's what those pictures were.
Yeah, I'm just wondering, what is that implying? Is that just an animation error on the Miraidon part, or is it, God, I don't even know how to approach this.
Oh.
Also, look at the fucking texturing on these two.
Yeah, I love the carbon fiber on Miraidon.
Yeah, that and the tire rubber thing on Koraidon, and also just the feather texture.
The feather texture is super good, and it's a shame these are just not actual game footage.
But, remember the scales on this Viper.
Yeah, so we're gonna at least see something like this.
Also, look closer at Koraidon, specifically the red part, and tell me what that texture looks like. Is that scale or fur or something?
Let me see.
On its neck, mostly. Because it has a scaled face, but the texture changes.
I would say that looks more like rough skin to me.
Like
leathery skin.
Let's see.
It's not fur. God, that fucking tire throws me.
I mean, they're definitely
At least
like
it's
fan-throated lizards.
At least it's At least it doesn't look like a tire. It's like with Miraidon, if you see it without its glowing chest, it actually looks like a motorcycle wheel.
Yeah.
That's why I love it when it's glowing.
Yeah.
I love its eye. It has digital eyes.
Like Miraidon, it's just a Primogen, and I love it.
Yeah, it really is.
What?
Primogen, it's a furry closed species where it's basically just a raptor with a digital face. But it is basically just a Primogen, and I love it.
It's really good. I like the designs. I know I called them Digimon when I first saw them, but they grew on me so much. I love them.
Let me get a Primogen image for you.
Okay. I was trying to think, because I'm in Pokemon mode right now, and I was like, okay, I just needle felted Lechonk. I should do smaller next. And then I was looking at these two, Miraidon and Kyriadon, and I'm like, how the hell am I going to needle felt these
Kyriadon.
Or whatever that other one's called.
Koraidon.
Koraidon.
Yeah, these are Primogens.
Oh, they look cool.
Yeah.
God damn, you guys are going to turn into furries, aren't you?
There's nothing wrong with that.
Also, I went back to the trailer, and I love Koraidon's smirk. It's good.
I even have
I love the feathers.
Primogen.
Really, that's cool. Oh, I remember you showed me this before.
Forgot about that thing.
That's good looking.
I said I forgot about that thing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is actually one of my Flight Rising dragons turned into a Primogen because it fit her better.
I really love how those wings are done.
Yeah, they were fun. Yeah, it's basically just a raptor with an LED face.
I like that aesthetic. I don't know if it's because I like that whole cyber shit aesthetic things have. Hold on, I gotta fix my lava lamp.
Yeah, that's the smirk we were talking about, Nate.
Yeah, I know. I just love the smirk. I wanted to get a picture of it because I like it. Okay.
That makes me wonder why it's smirking.
Yeah, like
because it can.
I think it's implying something, and I don't know what.
I mean, it reads to me as like a very like haughty, cocky, personality thing, and that fits its design. So,
but then the question is, why didn't Miraidon smirk?
I mean, I don't get that same vibe from Miraidon.
Maybe it's emotionless because it's a machine.
Maybe.
Yeah, that would make sense.
I think that's what they were trying to imply, but like, Koraidon smirks and Miraidon just kind of stands there, or floats there, rather.
Well, he does have a jet engine built in him too, so he already has a step above it.
Yeah, but
it's like he doesn't need to smirk; he's already badass.
Like, it's just a sort of red oni, blue oni dichotomy thing.
Yeah, I guess.
You know what I really want to know? Who designed them?
Yeah.
They don't feel like James Turner's work.
No, they don't.
I mean, I could see Miraidon being a James Turner one, but I think that they were probably group efforts because most box legendaries are.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah.
Hold on, I'll upload these real quick. Because I went on a thing where I just ripped all the images off the website. And I have the legendaries with the official art.
Also, I really like the attention to detail on Koraidon in that rendering, where you can actually see he has nostrils.
Yeah, like that is
there's just an amazing level of attention to detail in these trailers, and I love it.
I agree. It's like I haven't. I'm going to be honest. I did not really enjoy not Scarlet and Violet, Sword and Shield legendaries that much. I didn't like the dogs that much.
Oh, I'm a huge fan of wolves, so I'm biased, but I really did like the cinematics that they did for Zacian and Zamazenta.
Oh yeah, the cinematics were great for them. I just like it felt underwhelming to me as legendary Pokemon.
Mm.
These, I'm going to say the exact stuff what I said to my friends. Like, with the dogs, they didn't feel like they felt like they were the guardians of Galar, Zacian and Zamazenta, which they were.
Yeah,
which is proper. But before that, all the legendary Pokemon always had a godlike feel to them. Like they were this giant, all consuming either force of nature or god.
I mean, Suicune.
These, well, yeah, that's another. But let's just go with Ho-Oh and Lugia. But when we get to these two, they don't feel like gods. They don't feel like guardians, but they feel like actual super ancient Pokemon that could be extremely powerful.
I'm thinking that it was an attempt at a pattern break because there's only so much that you can raise the stakes.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I will say that fighting a god level creature, or catching a god level creature rather, game after game after game, is a little tiring. And I kind of hoped, before Sword and Shield came out, I kind of hoped that we would be fighting the other dog with the dog that we capture. But we fight another god.
I mean, to be fair, we kind of could do that.
Oh, yeah. But, like, as part of the main plotline, we just fight another god, and I'm tired.
Yeah, it's like, how many deities does the Pokemon world need?
I mean, it's a pantheon, it's fine. But, like, you don't have to fight them every time, is my point.
Right. And, like, that's the thing that concerns me. It's like, okay, these are obviously not godlike Pokemon. They're awesome Pokemon, though. Does that mean the third legendary, are we going to have another Eternatus kind of thing, where we had to fight the godlike Pokemon?
Maybe. Like, I would say that there's a degree of, it's kind of the same thing as with the Alola Legends.
Mm-hmm.
And we didn't even really fight any godlike beings in Sun and Moon. We waited for Ultra Sun and Moon for that.
We fought aliens, which was awesome.
Yeah, we fought alien jellyfish things and someone who got possessed by one, I guess.
I'm still disappointed that she wasn't like a 7th Pokemon you had to fight. That would have been wild. It's like, oh, my team is beaten. Now I will join the fight. It's like, that would have been the best twist ever in Pokemon.
Might be a little bit too dark for what was already a fairly dark villain.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, like, I get a man-made feel from Miraidon.
Mm-hmm. Oh, definitely.
And I get, like, an ancient tribal totem thing from Koraidon.
Like, is it me or does Koraidon have, like, a Mesoamerican feel to it, too?
Yes.
Okay, good. I'm not alone in that.
It feels very indigenous Americas.
Mm-hmm.
Both North and South America.
Yeah, like you could have an ancient picture of this and it said, oh, it came from this mythology, or this mythology, and I'd be believing you.
Yeah.
It feels like it can come either from like Aztec or like any American tribe. North American tribe.
Yeah. It feels very Mayankatech or Native American.
Yes.
Or both.
Yes, it does. And the other one feels like it came out of either Yu-Gi-Oh! Or Digimon.
Yeah.
Which isn't a bad thing. It's not a bad thing for this kind of design.
It's a great design.
Yeah.
I'm having a hard time deciding. It's like, obviously I get 2 games, one for my personal play and one to do on the channel. I'm having a hard time deciding which one goes to the channel because I love them both.
I think that Violet is going to be my main game. And Scarlet is just going to be what I use to get the rest of the Pokemon for my living decks.
Like, that's what I'm thinking too. It's like Scarlet's going to be my YouTube game and Violet's my personal one.
Yeah, which means that Violet is going to be the one that I download onto the Switch because then I don't have to swap cartridges out to use home with it.
Exactly.
I might be going Scarlet for main.
It's like,
I
a
like
lot of my
Scarlet
friends
too,
do
which
that.
is weird.
Giga, is there a reason for that, or is that just to be the rival meme again?
No, I just like Koradon.
Okay.
I
Because
like both, but Koradon just a bit more.
because for some
Yeah.
reason you and I tend to just like have this thing where we go opposite of each other.
Not
Whether it's like with starters
both.
even. Or we rarely pick the same starter, is my point.
Yeah.
And like I know in recent gens it's been along the lines of like I pick the one that's super effective against yours, but in like lower gens you tend to pick the one that's super effective against mine. Gen 2 mainly.
And I feel like that one's a complete coincidence.
Oh, yeah. I like both Cyndaquil and Totodile, but I prefer Cyndaquil. I'm just saying that there's like a weird pattern here that's even funnier because we're dating.
What?
What shiny did you find this
Shiny
time?
unknown. A shiny unknown.
Ooh.
That can happen in that game? Wow.
Yes, actually.
It's an X. I've
But yeah,
never
I
seen a
think
shiny.
which game I get, if I get either of them, will depend more on the other version exclusives.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
my thing is that I don't really play the games for the legendary, if you know what I mean. Like,
Yeah.
Right. Like, I think that's what will determine what I choose for my YouTube game, which one I record off of. Because I tend to want to keep the Pokemon I want more for my personal game. Like the one with Hatterene or Hattana, whichever one that was exclusive to. Is that exclusive?
I don't think so.
It wasn't
Oh.
exclusive. You might be thinking of Galarian Ponyta because that's also fairy psychic-ish mon.
Shiny? I don't remember. I don't know. Never mind. Ignore that last thing I said. I'm excited to see more of the Pokemon in this generation.
Yeah. I'm waiting for the mon where I just fall in love with it instantly. Because
Right now, for me, that's the chunk.
It has happened since Gen 5 for me. Where I see a Pokemon.
I haven't like instantly fallen in love with anything from this yet, but I
Yeah,
have a
same.
feeling that Fuecoco's evolutions are going to do it for me.
I have a feeling Fuecoco's evolutions are going to be sick.
Yeah.
And I know I'm right now all with Quaxley, but if that thing turns into a flying serpent, man, I'm going to have to get that thing.
But yeah, with like Gen 5, the Pokemon that I instantly fell in love with was Serperior and Zoroark. Or Zoroa, rather. Gen 6, Noivern all the way. Like, I think that,
Yep.
like, I think even, like, Nate and Giga noticed that I just instantly fell in love with Noivern.
Yeah.
Gen 7 was obviously Lycanroc, and then later Silvally.
Silvally is a great
And then
Pokemon
Gen 8 was
design.
Thievul, and Dreepy, obviously. So I'm
just a little sad that Thievul wasn't a good Pokemon.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for the Gen 9 Pokemon that will wow me.
Yeah, I still remember back when I first saw Noibat and Noivern, and I was like, Noibat and Noivern. It made sense.
To be fair,
me.
Noivern is black.
Yeah, exactly.
I guess you just didn't notice the speaker ears.
I didn't at all. Miraidon is close to that feeling, but I don't count Box Legends as
right.
that Pokemon, because otherwise I would count Reshiram.
Like I have a feeling this generation is going to be a lot of hit and miss. But if the hits are good,
Yeah.
right now I'm looking at with the 3 Pokemon that came out. Palmy does nothing for me. It's cute, but it does nothing for me. Smoliv I grew to like, but it's just an olive with anxiety.
Smoliv is one of those things where I have to see what it evolves into.
Yeah. Now, if it does evolve into the waifu mon of the generation, I'll be impressed. Because
But yeah,
all things.
With Palmy, it's like you could tell me that its name was like Baba Bibu or something, and I'd be like, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You know?
What is it based on? What rodent is it based on?
It might be a dormouse. It might be a hamster. We don't know.
That's, I think, the problem with me. It's like, it's cute, but what is it? That's my main problem right now.
I think it's a dormouse.
It's just a ball of fluff that isn't identifiable in any way.
Some people are also saying chinchilla.
Yeah.
No, I can't see chinchilla. Especially when we have a chinchilla with what it would look like.
I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean anything.
I like your idea of electric ice evolution, though. I love that.
It's not my idea.
Oh, I love it.
I can definitely see hamster.
Yeah, Loxton suggested dormouse because of the ears or something.
Oh, I think it looks like. Remember when we were screwing around with those AI generated Pokemon?
God. Yeah, it looks like one of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else it looks like?
What?
Hold on. One of these. Do you know what that is?
Not really, no.
Yeah, that's a Pika.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's the actual Pikachu, real life Pikachu.
Yeah.
I mean, what if they did? What if they did?
Right?
Just make a
That's what I was
Pokemon
just
based
thinking
off
right
an
now.
animal named after a Pokemon.
Okay, so technically, well, one, Pikas aren't
The
named
name
after
is
Pikachu.
coincidence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Two, Pikachu actually isn't named after the Pika either.
Yep.
I know that.
Yeah, it's like Japanese onomatopoeia for sparkle. But yeah, I could see it being based off of an actual Pika.
Oh, that'd be crazy.
Like, I was just looking at it, I was like, wait a second. That looks like a Pika.
And technically, there isn't a Pokemon based off of a Pika.
I know. That's why it amused me so much.
Regional variant Pikachu, only it's actually based off the Pika this time.
I would be impressed.
And then it evolves into Gorochu.
Okay, well, like,
that would be cool.
Part of the reason I think Gorochu was originally a thing is because Pikachu is based off of a Japanese confectionery, I guess, called the Daifuku, I think it is. And Goro is a Japanese onomatopoeia for greedy eating. I learned that from Digimon.
I never knew that.
There's like,
I mean, Daifuku is basically like a strawberry dessert thing.
yeah,
Like
but like
Pikachu's
Pikachu's design is like meant to inspire images of Daifuku.
I don't see it at all.
Neither do I, but that's what some interview with Game Freak said.
Oh, if it came from Game Freak, then it can't be trusted because they don't even know their own shit.
No, this was like early Game Freak stuff where I do believe them.
Okay, if it's
I mean,
early
that's
Game
not
Freak,
even a
then yeah,
strawberry
I believe
Daifuku. That's just a regular Daifuku. But yeah, like, I don't.
I think it's like the
it.
cheek pouches or something. I don't know.
Oh, that would make sense. Okay,
Yeah.
I get it now.
Yeah, because like the person who designed Pikachu, Atsuko Nishida, I believe, literally said, yeah, it's meant to draw inspiration from Daifuku.
I can sort of see it now.
That's a cute origin story for Pikachu.
Yeah. And I'm thinking that that's why Gorochu was originally a thing, because Goro is onomatopoeia for eating. I think that might also be why Pangoro is named as it is. I think. I think.
Dumb joke incoming, but looking at these, maybe these are the jelly donuts that Brock was talking about.
No. Oh, well, maybe, yeah. Now that I understand what you're saying.
Yes, Daifuku with seaweed on it.
I mean, Brock never opens his eyes. How the fuck does he?
Yeah.
I could go for one of those rice balls right now.
I mean, he did that one time.
Yeah, that was the most cursed thing Pokemon's ever done.
And that's why Brock never opened his eyes ever again.
I mean, we're talking about the same man who ate Pokemon food. So, is there any dumb thing Brock's not willing to do?
I mean, little kids eat dog food all the time. I once tried to eat a milk bone.
I think that's more like, I think that damns Brock even more, considering he's very much not a little kid.
I once tried to eat a milk bone, so.
I successfully ate a milk bone.
Okay, like
I mean,
when I say
I think about a year ago, we got a really nice, like, big specialty bone treat thing for the dogs, just bone shaped, and I was like, wow, this smells good. I took a bite because I was like, huh.
I don't blame you.
What it
I
tastes
really
like?
don't blame you. I've done it before. I'm not ashamed to admit I've tasted dog treats before.
Like when I say
weird.
When I say I tried to eat a milk bone, I mean that I made a single attempt to bite it and decided it was too hard.
Oh.
What did the thing taste like, Nate?
A very bland. Actually, not too bland. Like it kind of tasted a bit like a graham cracker. Yeah.
I will say the bacon flavored bacon things tasted like bacon.
You know, like I understand that things are supposed to taste a certain way to us, but we also have a very refined sense of taste compared to most of the things that we keep as pets.
Yeah.
Why that's a damn good question. Yeah. Why does these things taste these things when they don't know what they taste like?
But like,
I mean, dogs
in particular have more refined olfactory.
Yeah.
Nate, please delete that picture of Brock.
No.
Oh God, I gotta see it.
My God, that's cursed.
But anyway,
that's the curse shit.
Anyway, like, taste and smell are highly linked, and I think that might make up for most of the treats being a certain taste. But like,
you
could just make them scented without going through the effort of making them taste like the thing.
Yeah.
Especially if it doesn't contain that thing.
Yeah. Technically speaking, there's only 5. Well, depending on who you ask, there are either only 5 or 6 actual tastes. Everything else is olfactory.
Yeah.
If the 5th taste is umami, what's the 6th taste?
So, it's something that I believe, and there's some research into it, but richness is also a proposed 6th taste.
Okay. I can see it.
The reason I say it, and what research has got into it, basically basic tastes come from survival. What foods you either want or don't want for survival.
Yeah, if something's bitter, don't eat it.
Right. Mm-hmm. So bitter and sour are the negative reinforcement tastes in a survival situation. Sour typically means something is rotten, and bitter typically means something is toxic in a survival situation. Whereas the other ones are positive reinforcements. Salty, means there's salt in it.
Sweet means it's carbohydrates.
Yeah, sweet is carbohydrates. Then umami is
Iron?
protein.
Or protein.
No,
yeah.
protein. And so this leaves out, if you just end there, you're weirdly leaving out one of the 3 macronutrients, and that's fat.
Ah. Oh, is that why when I eat lamb, it, like, I don't know if this holds any weight, but, like, I notice kind of like in the back of my mouth, sometimes a weird, not half taste, half smell when I eat something that's high in fat, especially like lamb or duck.
Probably, yeah.
Hmm.
But like, it would be really weird if there were positive reinforcement basic tastes for only 2 of the 3 macronutrients. Yeah.
Yeah, you make a good point there.
And I would say that it's entirely possible to, have something that basically is just fat, and you can tell the difference that,
Right.
without any olfactory notes that something has fat in it. So yeah, I totally believe that richness is a basic taste.
Would savory go in richness? Go under richness?
No, that's
No.
umami, I think.
All right.
Yeah, and that's also one thing that annoys me. I hate the whole call it umami thing.
It's just savory.
The weird like mysticism behind, oh, it's a taste that only the Japanese have discovered, blah blah. Shut up.
Maybe they were the first to name it, but they didn't discover it.
No, I just dislike that kind of mysticism behind umami. So
I just call that because that's all I've heard it called. I never realized umami and richness, savory was the same thing.
Yeah, so umami is basically just the Japanese word for savory, and I always just say savory when other people would say umami because...
Yeah.
Yeah.
And for the viewers at home who are mildly confused why certain things weren't mentioned, spicy and mint are not tastes.
They are not.
They are temperature recepting.
Yeah, it's a reaction of your mouth.
I believe both of them are they activate the TRPA1 neuroreceptor, which is the same neuroreceptor that detects heat.
Yep.
TRPV4.
Oh, okay.
Was not expecting that correction from Dark of all people.
Right?
I kind of have a passing interest in all things chemistry right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, mint and spice are not tastes. They are your mouth thinking that you're eating something that is hot or cold.
Correct.
In the same vein, minty is cold spicy, and I love that.
Yes. Let's see. Then you have other weird things, like there's a couple of plants that cause a tingling sensation, a numbing, and that's used sometimes in food. The Sichuan peppercorn. And another plant that goes by a bunch of names, usually like toothache daisy or buzzing daisy. That's another thing that causes that numbing sensation.
Then there's the feeling you get when you drink tea.
That's astringency.
Which is close to bitter,
drying
but not
out
the
of
same
the mouth.
Thing. Yeah. It's like close to bitter in that it's generally a negative thing.
Yes. But that just refers to kind of a drying out of the mouth, and that's called astringency.
Yeah. What about like metal taste, but when it's not actually metal? Like the taste of blood, basically.
So that comes from oils on the skin.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not talking about the I'm not talking about the reaction that like makes metal have a smell and taste. I'm talking about when you taste metal in something that isn't metal, like blood.
I mean, blood does have iron in it. That's why it tastes like metal. And so it would be probably the same thing, oxidation and stuff making it taste like that.
Yeah, I watched the Nile Red video too.
Okay.
So now my question for this is,
Huh.
this is a weird question now. What is it when you crave that taste? Is it your body lacking iron?
Sometimes.
Yeah, generally it's when you're lacking that nutrient. And there's even some like really funny examples of this. For example, you know the whole thing of, oh, after you eat Asian food, you're hungry an hour later?
Yeah.
So there is actually a reason for that, and yes, it does happen.
It's called MSG.
So basically, a lot of those East Asian foods have ingredients that are very, very savory, but which don't have a lot of protein. And when you get a basic taste, it's basically your tongue, the nerves on your tongue telling your brain to tell your stomach and other various things, hey, we're about to get this nutrient, prepare things to digest that nutrient and get that into the body. So what happens is you get, the tongue gets all this savoriness. And it's like, whoa, we're about to have a ton of protein coming in. And so then the brain tells, the probably liver, pancreas, whatever, I don't remember offhand, hey, get stuff prepared to digest a bunch of protein. But then what happens is the food has significantly less protein than what the body thinks it should, because there's just that discrepancy. The ingredients may be high in savoriness but not in protein. And so basically the body goes, hey, we didn't get like any protein from that, or at least not as much as you told us we were. So we're going to make you hungry again so you get us from protein so we can deal with these enzymes. So yeah.
I never knew that. That's interesting.
Yeah.
And similarly, I think like the whole chewing ice is indicative of an iron deficiency thing. Is that like, is there a nutritional reason behind that, or is that like psychological? Or
I don't know offhand.
This is all like reminding me that Wim can't taste bitter, and that blew her mind when she found out.
So, we're pushing over 2 hours now.
Yeah, we are.
I hate to cut conversations short, especially when I'm enjoying them. But 2 hours and 10 minutes, long video.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, anybody want to say anything to wrap it up, or anything interesting about Pokemon Scarlet and Violet you want to bring up one last time?
No, but I forgot about the thing that I wanted to talk to you about.
Oh no.
Oh, right.
Basically, we can just talk about this briefly. Grian announced that the next series of Last Life is coming up.
Right, and there's like supposed to be a twist with it.
I don't think he said anything about that. He just said that like it might not be called Last Life.
I am excited for that. I am very excited for the next season of that, because I may not be on top of Hermitcraft, but that is one thing I was on top of. I love it when they go after each other.
Yeah. Last Life was great. Third Life was great, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the MCYT fandom does with it.
Can't wait to see what comes next.
Yeah. Okay, so like honestly, Last Life had a lot of lore with, at least with certain factions that Grian didn't really tap into that much, but with how he's been treating Hermitcraft, he's going into more of a storytelling sort of vibe, and I think that he might be involved with like the lore of the next series of Last Life, because at the end of Martin's series, he pulled out some fucking Evo lore with like Watcher Grian and stuff. Did you not watch Evo? Okay, watch Evo. It's on Grian's channel if you want.
I don't even know what Evo is.
Evo SMP. Just go into Grian's playlists and you'll find it fairly quickly.
Okay. So, wrap it up, because since we've gone this long, we may as well just go a little extra.
Yeah.
What do you think the next news drop's going to be?
Okay, Okay, so
do you think we're going to settle into the pattern of once a month news drop, or do you think there's going to be like a treehouse? Then once a month news drop.
Probably once a month. We might get something near the end of this month because I've noticed that when they start doing like teasers and stuff, there's a long gap between the first and the second, but after the second, we start getting them more often.
Mm-hmm. I'm expecting.
It's also June. They probably would have had something planned for this month.
Yeah.
Despite E3 being canceled.
Yeah. Like, that's why I'm expecting like some kind of, instead of a treehouse, I think they're going to just do a direct.
Exactly.
Probably.
Yeah, maybe we'll get some either Pokemon news within the direct, or they'll just do a whole separate Pokemon direct again.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot they have to tell us. They have to tell us the region name, the gimmick, tease a few Pokemon, more characters.
If we're not getting the gimmick this month, we're most likely getting it next month.
Yeah, I
feel like they would do something special for that. Like that would be like the focus point of like a direct or something.
I saw like some people predicting that we would have gotten like starter evolutions for the one that we just had, and I'm just thinking like it is way too early for that.
They do those literally the last 2 months before release.
Yeah,
like, it's usually the day before they reveal the final starter.
Or well, I'm not talking about final evolutions. I'm talking about mid evolutions.
Still, that's like usually like by September.
Yeah.
It's like they've never revealed those. That's like the last things they reveal.
Yeah, usually September almost release range.
Mm-hmm.
Like people, like even at this point, people are expecting way too much.
Yeah, like
I agree.
I think it was Aaron in the public server who was hoping for starter mid evos, and I didn't say anything because it was like way before I actually saw that conversation, but I just wanted to say it is entirely too early for that.
Okay, to be fair, I think he was joking.
Oh, I don't know. I think that I saw this like right after the reveal happened because I was still groggy, and it was approximately 4 minutes after the video went up. And Wim, I think that she just like DM'd me because she had just seen the trailer, but also like she DM'd me about 30 seconds after I looked on my phone to see what was going on, and said that she snagged all the Pokemon names on her Dragon Cave dragons.
She works fast.
Yeah. She and I both work fast when we're actually paying attention. Like I got the starters, remember?
Right.
Anything you want to end this on?
Play Protochroma.
Got nothing.
Stare into Brock's eyes and lose 1/4 of your health per turn.
Delete this, Nate.
No.
Don't make me get out Deleto Blue.
What?
What?
Okay, so with all that said, this has been the second Pokemon Scarlet and Violet Foxfire special.
Is it a special? I thought we were just doing a normal podcast.
I'm titling
it kind of morphed into that.
I'm titling it as a special.
I'm
not. I mean, you say that, but we basically hopped across everything while still talking about Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, we had a wide range of topics today. It's just that it was mostly Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah, I'm still calling it Scarlet and Violet special.
Yeah,
every time we talk about the trailer, I'm gonna.
Okay, well then put it in your normal podcast playlist because that's going to be confusing.
I will.
This is basically what I said before. It's basically just the normal episode of Foxfire hijacked by Scarlet and Violet.
Yeah.
The first special I put in the podcast playlist, anyways.
But I'm talking about like don't put it into the special playlist because that's gonna be confusing for actual viewing on the site.
I don't know. Well, if y'all enjoyed it, share it around. You know the drill. I'm too tired. It's late for me. I'm too tired to do the outro.
Lazy.
Hey, it's 15 minutes over.
Yeah. Like, I was up early today. I was up early yesterday. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, I was up really early yesterday.
Running on fumes.
Yeah, I need caffeine.
I've had caffeine all day.
Should we just end it already, or?
Sure, I guess.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Well,
Get the
folks.
fuck out of here.
Rock with his eyes open is cursed.